morning, everyone. Our chair has just mentioned he has is unable to come to meeting due to another appointment. So from the bylaws, once I have the consent from the chair, I can represent him and continue the meeting and have action items. So therefore, with your permission, we can get started. Okay. So good morning again, WAMPO technical committee members. We have few. First item is the approval of TAC agenda for today, that is September 22, 2025. Seek your approval.
I move to approve.
Okay, we have a motion and any second?
Second.
Thank you. So that's Lynn Packer motion and then Dwayne seconded. The next item we have, thank you. The next item we have is approval of TAC meeting minutes. That is from August 25. That's a previous meeting. Request your motion and second.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Allison. Was it Allison who seconded? Okay, thank you so much. Any further discussion on those two items? All right, thank you. And the next item is a report from staff and myself. First item on that is the KDOT local consult. If we have JB Wilson, he would have given us more detail, but let me look at the the PowerPoint slide on that is shared and then share with you the dates today. So the local consult, we have Brett Letkowski as well here from South Central Kansas Coalition Committee. He and I will update you as TAC committee members about the projects as well as the date. So the day is October 8, Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 12 at Eugene Hughes Metropolitan Complex. You all know. Set aside the time so we can support regional voice on our project priorities. So let me request Brett to chime in and share our regional priorities as well.
Morning, everybody. Brett Letkowski with GFT. Most of you have sat through the Transportation Coalition meeting. Unfortunately, we don't have the spreadsheet with the list of projects up there, but just for everybody's sake, we have our projects in tiers 1, 2, and 3. When we go into the breakout sessions, what we ask our group to do, and please talk to your elected officials who haven't maybe been to these meetings. For each community, they can support their own project, whatever it is that they want. I'll pick on Lynn. So Sedgwick County, he may pick on ARC 95 for an example. But there are other projects like the Kellogg and Ridge Road interchange that has moved up. And so in the breakout sessions, Lynn can say for Sedgwick County, this is a high priority. But when KDOT asks, what about other projects that are important that we ask that you do mention the other projects that are in our tier 1 and tier 2 projects for support. So we've been doing this for a number of years now, so I'm kind of a broken record here, but it has been very well received by KDOT and the two secretaries that have been through the ACT program. So with that, I'd offer to answer any questions if anybody has any. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Brett. And WAMPO staff and supports Brett's efforts and his leadership as well. And, South Central Kansas Transportation Council as well. It's a great opportunity to have one regional voice. The more we have, 1 or 2 projects on the top, like Brett was sharing, the more successful the projects can be. So with that, we'll move to the next item. That is, Marky has updates on Unified Planning Board Program and then Title VI, 2 items. Thank you, Marky.
Good morning. Yes, so 2 just fairly brief updates. The first is we wanted to note that our draft 2026 Unified Planning Work Program, or UPWP, is currently in its public comment period. This document describes the planning activities that WAMPO staff and consultants will undertake throughout the calendar year. So that is for 2026, of course. And the funding comes from various sources, including consolidated planning grant funds or CPG funds, which do require a 20% local match. In the current draft 2026 UPWP, the CPG local match expenditures total $2,258,000. And then I'll give some details about, I'll go through these quickly, but please do take a look at the draft. Feel free to provide any comments. Right now, our anticipated priorities and activities include safety initiatives and activities, implementation of our long-range metropolitan transportation plan, ongoing bicycle and pedestrian planning, complete streets planning, public transit and paratransit planning, and safe routes to school planning. Whoops. And then continuing to engage and involve the public and stakeholders in transportation decision-making, administration of our short-range transportation improvement program, which is for current year 2025 through 2028, as well as the development of the next 4-year TIP. And then ongoing transportation data and modeling. We will be beginning our household travel survey, and that's a very big project. And then, of course, participation in and support of planning partners with any regionally significant projects. So please feel free to take a look. If there's anything you think we're missing or that you'd like to see added, please let us know. We certainly want to make sure that everything of significance in the region is reflected in that document. Okay. And then another quick update, we just wanted to share that we have submitted our 2025 annual Title VI report. As you know, we fully comply with Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, which prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, and national origin in all programs under the control of WAMPO. We do this by demonstrating compliance through KDOT since we are a subrecipient of federal funding. So we develop this annual report and essentially describe what we're doing to ensure compliance. So this outlines the public participation that we've done throughout the year and then reports if we have had any complaints. And we are pleased to say that to date, there have not been any Title VI complaints reported against WAMPO. And then we also just wanted to share that we will be updating both our Title VI and limited English proficiency plans before the end of this calendar year. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mark. You appreciate it. We have so much engagement, Safe Routes to School, and Kim is here to update us on Safe Routes to School, bicycle count, and walk bike roll. Kim.
Yes, excited to report. Safe Routes to School is going very well. They're doing a lot of data collection, so we appreciate the school's help. We had about 1,200 classrooms surveying their students on student travel tally. So we'll have that data also that will help guide you as well. So they've been working on the data collection. We still are approximately 54 schools participating. And really our next effort that we will be asking for your support and expertise in is the walk audits. These will be done at each school location. We will be developing, the schools are right now scheduling their preferred date. Then we will work with city and county engineers, planners, any staff if law enforcement's interested. Also then school staff will be involved and parents and partners to do a very brief walk around each school, kind of identify any potential safety improvements that could be made to make the area more accessible and safe for everybody. So you will be receiving emails from me probably in the next week or two. We'll start getting those scheduled. We hope to get most of those wrapped up in October. So be watching for those walk audit emails. Next, we've been working on the bicycle and pedestrian count data. So it's been a little rainy the last couple weeks. It's been hit or miss. So we've been trying to collect that data and are just wrapping it up. Want to first say thank you to all of you for helping either collect data, help us recruit volunteers to count the data, or to help deploy the cameras. We were able to deploy 9 of the MioVision cameras, so they were out collecting data, and I think everything went smoothly, Peter, right, on the data collection for the cameras?
Yes, the cameras performed very well. We have the video from all of those days. I've submitted one of those days for video processing, and I want to see what the results are that before I submit more and use more of our pre-processed hours, but it's going well.
They were very easy to deploy, so appreciate also all of the staff from the jurisdictions and helping get those out. So we will be working on a final report and pulling all that data together, and we will have that at a future meeting for you. So appreciate your help. And I think my final thing today for multimodal is the State Walk, Bike, and Roll Kansas Active Transportation Summit. So this is coming up at the end of October, but I wanted to really highlight this for our members. They are having quite a few tracks for engineers and planning staff this year, so we're really excited about that. There will be experts. Chuck Marone will be there, actually leading a breakout fatality review board. So we will actually be looking at a recent fatality crash in Lawrence and actually being led through what a fatality review board would look like, one that includes all of the interested players. So very excited, very interested in learning some things that are in our CSAP plan for us to explore for here. So it's in your packet. If you'd like to register, registration is still open for a couple of weeks. So any questions on multimodal or data for Bike Ped? Thank you.
Thanks so much, Kim. Appreciate it. We have Peter on ITS and RFPs. Thank you.
Just give a quick update on the Regional Intelligent Transportation Systems architecture. So initially we were anticipating on bringing this for recommendation today, but I guess I'll start with some background. It's a federally required document for MPOs or for a region. Looks at all the ITS infrastructure and devices so that planning and deployment can occur in an organized and coordinated fashion. We started this back in fall of 2024, and we're wrapping this up currently. This past month, at our request, we had the Federal Highway Administration, FHWA, take a look at our draft document, and they provided us some feedback. We're working to address those comments, and we anticipate that they'll be addressed before the end of September, during which or after which we'll start a 30-day public comment period. So all the draft ITS architecture deliverables are available for review. You can go online, you can see the searchable linked web pages for navigating the ITS architecture, executive summary, ITS architecture report, the deployment plan, maintenance plan, and change request forms. So our anticipated next steps, late September, start our 30-day public comment period, and then offer this for TAC recommendation on October 27 and TPP approval on November 18. And then just a quick update on a couple request proposals that we have either are in the process of finishing. We have the active transportation plan. That RFP has since closed. The consultant has been selected, and we're currently negotiating that contract as we speak. And the household travel survey, the RFP is still open, and the deadline to submit proposals is Friday, September 26.
Thank you so much, Peter. Appreciate it. Any questions for staff? Any clarifications? Okay. I also want to share with you that Nick and Marky, they had a presentation last week at the national conference. So they submitted the proposal of presenting the CHIP database. They did a great job by making it efficient, and the other MPOs can benefit from their presentation. So how well the coordination takes place between DOT and local jurisdictions, and then even maintaining, even you all giving us input on how the status are. All of this put together is not an easy thing, and we do a great job in this region. So they shared our experiences and how that can set an example for those who are struggling to do a good job in other regions. So, anything else, Mark, you want to add? Okay. Okay.
Process at any point, we do have a slideshow ready to go.
And also, Nick and Marky attended other events like this where other agencies and regions can share their best practices and their studies that is going on. And then they're going to bring that back to our region and implement some of those as well. So last week, it was Monday through Friday. The conference was in Providence, and sometime it was Denver, sometime it was Minneapolis. There are conferences. So each staff attends. Kim attends some various conferences, and Mark and Nick attend certain conferences, and all staff distribute their skill levels and then attend various of these. So that's all I wanted to share. I think we can move to the next item if you're. Public comment opportunity is our next item. Any comments from anyone for 3 minutes? This is an opportunity to invite public comments. Okay, we're seeing none. We have an action item that is on transportation improvement program amendment, fiscal year 2025 and 2028. And Peter, thank you.
Yeah. So starting with our amendment number 6, our schedule, we had our public comment period from August 29th to September 12th. That brings us to today, our amendment 6 TAC recommendation, and then our anticipated vote on this amendment on October 14th. So you can check out the full details in the amendment summary that is available on our website. In sum, we have 4 projects in the amendment that have requested changes that require formal action. 3 of them are new projects. 1 of them is a modified project. And then also we'd give notice of several other administrative adjustment projects that don't require formal approval, but we'd like to bring them notice with this TIP amendment. So this is available in your packet. Usually have that page right on the bottom of the slide there. But this is available in that staff report in our TAC packet. You can see the map of where these different projects are. Our formal action on these 4 different projects, we have the City of Bel Air's 45th Street, North Oliver to Woodlawn. There was a cost increase paid for with local funds that met the threshold of requiring an administrative adjustment or a formal TAC amendment or formal TIP amendment. We have City of Wichita's new project, 29th Street North and Broadway intersection, and then KDOT's Sedgwick County West Lanes of North 119th Street West, north of the Kansas-Oklahoma Railroad in the City of Maize, and then their Sedgwick County, also in Sedgwick County, the west side of North 119th Street West and north of Kansas-Oklahoma Railroad in the City of Maize. I think we have a duplicated project title there. Take a look at that. In the amendment summary online, that is correct, or I'll take a look at that for us here. In some, there's no suballocated funding changes with these projects. There was just changes to local funding. You can see our summary of the federal funding changes in TIP Amendment 6 here. Look at that there. North of Kansas, okay. And then finally, the summary of all the change in state and changes in funding, both federal, state, and local. And then finally, amendment number 6 meets requirements. It has gone through the public comment review period. It's consistent with the current MTP, Metropolitan Transportation Plan 2050. It's fiscally constrained and adds about $16.5 million. Which brings us to our action options, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Before I read through those, any questions for me?
Peter, the City of Wichita project on 29th Street and Broadway, remind me again, that change in federal funding, that's not grant they received, is that correct?
I have it as Highway Safety Improvement Program, or HSIP fundings. It's a 2028 project. Oh, sorry, Sean, if you have.
It is HSIP funding.
Okay. With that, I'll read our action options. Our staff recommendation was to have the TPP approve the FFY 2025 to FFY 2028 TIP Amendment number 6 as presented. Your options are to recommend the TPP approve Amendment 6 as presented, not approve, or approve with specific changes.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to recommend the TPP approve fiscal fund year 2025 to 2028 tip amendment number 6 as presented.
I will second that motion.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, appreciated. Can I write the name who seconded the motion, please?
It was Shar Erman with Breakthrough Clubhouse.
Thanks so much, appreciate it.
Mhm.
With that, so with that, we'll move to the next item. Next item is discussion item. Today's meeting is going to be a shorter meeting than usual. We have only one last item on discussion and update on traffic data. Peter is helping us.
Yes,
Oh,
we have a
I'm sorry, I apologize. Let me go back to that, and that's what happens when Terry. So all in favor?
aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I'm learning, right? So now we can go to next item. Appreciate your help. With your help, we can. So the next item is discussion update that is related to traffic data. Again, Peter is helping with that.
Yeah, I'll try to go through here real quick. So this year, and what we intend to do each year, we compiled some of the KDOT data that's available from their geo database on all of the major state corridors within WAMPO. So it just kind of looks at the trends from year to year and then puts them in a pretty easy to look at format for you. The Kansas Department of Transportation maintains these traffic data sets that span many years on the entire state system of highways. So looking at those resources provided by our state partners, the report looks at daily VMT and AADT on the 7 major state corridors within WAMPO. The most recent year of available data is from 2024. The report sections, it goes through VMT or vehicle miles traveled by corridor, then your annual average daily traffic by corridor, and then kind of looks at trends of some of the busiest parts per this data set from 2017 through 2024. So just a quick map of the different corridors we're looking at. And going through that first section, of course, you know, this is going to be major for vehicle miles traveled. That will really be dominated by the longer corridors. You can see US 54 at the top with almost just shy of 1.6 million vehicle miles traveled daily. Then I-135, K-96, going through I-235 at number 4 on this list, I-35, and then K-15, and then finally 254. As a general summary, and you kind of see in that graph there, total VMT on all of our roadways declined slightly from 2023 to 2024 on, I should say, on all of these major state corridors. On this next page, you can see here, this is the AADD or AADT intensity map. And you can see, obviously, it gets pretty bright red in the downtown area, specifically on the part of Kellogg, US 54, near the I-135 junction. And then looking here, just looking at where do all of these corridors peak in their traffic intensity. You have South Main Street to South Washington Street on US 54, peaking at 121,000. There's about 3 segments around that area of US 54, Kellogg, that kind of trade places from time to time, but all very, very close. I-135 there at 9 peaks at 97K, K-96 about 66K. I-235, still its peak segment was still right around the North Junction at 60,000. K-15 at the East MacArthur KTA toll booth to I-135, that segment there. Then we have on I-35, just as it's kind of entering Wichita there. And then K-254 near the North Junction at 17,000. And then in the same report, you can look at the individual corridors. And so I just put US 54 here as an example. And you can look at those busiest segments. Here's the total VMT as it's kind of gone through year after year after year. So you can see the trends there with that characteristic dip in 2020. And then you can look at the busiest segments on that roadway and how they evolved from year to year. Out of any takeaways from this, and I'm following up with which way, was the decline in volumes on I-235. It had a significant change actually where it meets up with US 54. And so I've requested from Whichway staff some data to complement this and just confirm that those trends are in fact the case. Because you can see on that page where it looks at the individual corridor reports, I-235 has a significant change in traffic. With that, this is all available online. Any comments or questions? And we can wrap up.
All right. Any questions for Peter? Looks like none. And
I got a question, Mr. Chair. I would just be interested in hearing what you learn on that data set for 235. I think as we look at some of the other regional projects in the area, we think a lot about how it impacts that road as well. So if maybe you could follow up with us on that, that'd be great.
I certainly can. Yeah, I'm really curious what the Whichway counters themselves were reporting. I imagine, of course, it won't exactly match the KDOT set, but they should show at least similar change in proportion. I know that doesn't necessarily answer the question on why, but we can confirm the actual observations.
Great. Great. Thank you. And thank you, Peter, and your leadership is appreciated. And finding, monitoring data and data trends will make a story by itself in the future. So it's really important for us. Also, I want to take the opportunity to thank you, and your leadership has been great, and staff really appreciates your support on various items and collaboration as well. So anything else before we move on to adjournment? Any other business? There's so much going on, and if you have anything to share related to transportation, please feel free to. Okay. Hearing none, we make a motion to adjourn, right? Can I request anyone for motion?
I'll make a motion. This is Danielle.
Any second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? Thank you. I appreciate your help.